So this is the document. You have your Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration here. This will be your account name. That will be your name. Let's log out. So I'm going to show you a completed form so that you can see the things you have to fill. This is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. So this is the passport. This is how the online passport form looks like. It's very authentic, and you have the watermark of the coat of arms watermark behind it, and so basically this is how the form looks like. Completed form looks like. So I'm just showing you how it looks like. So what you need to do is first upload your there will be an option for you to upload your passport picture. So when you upload it to appear here, so you see it over here, your passport picture. If you upload it, see that it will appear here in this portion of it. When you upload your passport picture, it also appear here. So under the applicant, so now we are come to see the information you have to fill. So the first thing that you have to do is fill in your name, your surname, then your first name, then your other names if you have any other names. Then if you had changed your name previously, you can put your maiden name and your previous names there, depending on if you married and you change your name or you just change your name. So then the next thing you need to do is go to the gender side, your gender, date of birth, which is very important, and city of birth or town, country of birth. So you just need to get these things down before you start filling the form. And you also need to check your height. So basically, you check your height in a meter. So this person checked the height 1.78 meters. So there will be an option for meter and the second option for centimeters. So the first one he wrote 1 and the second one he wrote 7 8. So 1 meter 78 centimeters, which is 1.78 meters. So that is basically the height. So the color of the eyes too, you feel that. Color of the hair, you feel that. Visible peculiarities, that is if you have any some peculiarities about yourself, which are very visible. I think you feel that one too. So you just need to know nationality. Obviously, you're applying for Ghanaian passport, so you must be a Ghanaian. Dual citizenship, if you have any, you put it there. Marital status, yes. Profession, then if you had a previous profession before you changed it, you can put that there too. So this person is presenting his birth certificate as a mandatory document. The birth certificate. So you need to present your birth certificate here. So the document number is at the top right corner of the birth certificate. So I'll show you that. And the date of issue and the place of issue is also on the birth certificate. So date of issue, place of issue. They are all on the birth certificate. So you need to get these things right. The document number is a distinct number on every Ghanaian's birth certificate. It's at the top right corner. I'll show you that. So you also need your national ID number here. You also need your national ID number here, your social security number. But if you don't have, you can just leave it blank. It won't affect the validity of your application. So, but you need to put at least one there. So, voter's ID, obviously, you must be 18. If you are not 18, you should have at least one of these. The national ID is now been made available to most people. So, voter's ID, he had his voter's ID, so he just put the voter's ID number there, and your telephone number, and your email address too. So these are the things you need. Then you also need your digital address, very important. So I have a video on how to get your digital address. As in the link, you can follow the link in the description below. So that is it, your digital address. a distinct alphanumeric code which shows exactly your geographical area on the map, on the Google Maps, and other things like that. So it's very accurate. I've tested it myself, and I have a video down there. You can check the link in the description below. So you choose your house number, street name, and postal address. Postal address. So that is all very important. Then the suburb, the city of residence, the country of residence. So the country of residence, you don't have to be in Ghana when you're applying for the passport, but you have to appear for the 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 validation process, the appointments. You have an appointment that you have to appear personally there. So by the time of applying, you don't have to be in Ghana, but the day of the appointment, you have to be here. So this person is in Ghana, so he chose that. But if you are not here, it won't change anything. You just have to be there when you're presenting the form for validation and taking of pictures. So this is a beginner passport application. So after he leaves your personal details, you need your education. The education is very important. And in the education section, you can list your educational profile here. You just list just this person just listed one. University of Ghana, name of institution, that's what you need. The day you entered and the time you graduated. So that's important, and the address. That's all. Very simple. So basically this. So name of institution, from to, and the address. So you can list your tertiary education here. So it's a very simple form from the personal details, which was here, where you are the applicant. Then you put your names, your address, your city of birth, country of birth, there, your height, marital status, your nationality, a mandatory document to present, your document number, then the date of issue and the place of issue. So from here, and you present your either your voter's ID or your social security number or your national ID if you have it. Or you can present all these numbers there if you have all of them. Telephone number, email address, digital address, very important, and the postal address, street name. So all these things you need to fill them. So then you come to your education. So I've talked about that already. So citizenship. So citizenship, they basically want to know your origins over here. So citizenship, your father's name, your mother's name, their hometowns, their residential postal address, and their nationality for both your father and your mother. So relationship, father, full name, put it there, 11 years. So if the person is dead too, you can state it there as a no instead of a yes. You can state it as a no instead of a yes. So then the telephone number, then the hometown. So you state your hometown. So these are the things you need to know: the residential address of your father or mother. And if you have a grandparent, so the same thing for your mother. You can see the same thing for your mother. You list their relationship, full name, relationship, that's their mother, the full name, living or dead, and their hometown, or the telephone, the residential address, the postal address, and nationality. So obviously, so if you have a living grandparent or if they are deceased too, you can put their names here and their the same things. They need a live hometown. So these are just like some background checks they are making on you. So you just need all this information ready and available when you're filling the form. So then you come to a very important place. That's the guarantors. So with the guarantors section, they want two people from your family who are not your parents, because you previously listed your parents as in the previous section. So they want people who are not your parents, but they should be your family members or relatives. So they want simple information from them, just their email address, residential address, their telephone number, residential address, email address, their full names, obviously, and their occupation. So these are what they need, two guarantors from you. They should be your relatives, but not your parents. So the same thing, two guarantors. Then you need a witness. So the witness is the one going to sign your passport application form for you. The witness is the one also going to use his work stamp on it for you. So the witness is going to use his work stamp on it for you, and he's going to sign your application form for you. So from the witness is a special category because it's not anybody who can sign as your witness. The person has to be from one of seven categories that they listed on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs site. The person must either be a service clergyman or woman, that's a pastor, or the person must be a commissioned officer of the armed forces, that is captain and above. The rank must be a captain and above, or the person must be a person of equivalent rank in any of the other security forces or security services. Then the person can also be a civil servant or public servant. The person must be a principal executive officer and above. So for the civil servants, the person must be a principal executive officer and above, or the person must be a registered medical practitioner, or a solicitor, or a barrister. That is what we popularly call a lawyer. Or the person must be the head of an recognized educational institution. So if you have somebody from any of these seven categories, a person can just be your witness and validate your passport application form for you. So you can easily get a pastor to do that, or somebody from the armed forces, or somebody from an educational institution, or a civil servant to do that for you. So you basically need the person's occupation here. Then the position that he holds. So why is a registered medical practitioner. So this aspect you have to choose it. It's not, you won't type it. You have to choose this option. So it must be one of those seven categories. The person's business line, its residential address, business address again, residential address. So basically, a person's business and residential address. Then the person must provide you with his an ID, and that can either be a voter's ID, or it can be a passport ID, or it can be the national identity card. So you need the person's number from the ID, the card number, which is this one. So this person presented his voter's ID stated the card number there. And what is important is the date of issue and the place of issue. Date of issue and the place of issue. So that is basically for the guarantor. So we have the guarantor here and all the things you need to present. So this is the how a completed form looks like. This is what you're supposed to present. And just to buttress a point here at the beginning, the bed mandatory document to present. So the mandatory document to present, he presented the birth certificate, and over here the number, that's the identity number on the top right corner of the document, then the date of issue and the place of issue. So this is also very important because you're going to present this document there. So the document you're presenting, the number must correlate with the number that you have stated on the form. This number must correlate. Very important because it will be looked at to validate your form to be inspected. Okay, so let's look at how I completed the front page of the appointment slip looks like. So this is the front page. So this is the appointment slip or the application form. This is how it looks like. I have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Yeah. Public of Ghana. Passport application. Then you have your unique ID there. Then barcode. Then your image would have appeared here. So you have your name there. Your name will appear there. So if you did a standard application, this person did a standard application, so he paid 50 Ghana to apply for a passport. So this is a beginner, 50 Ghana. That's for a standard application, and it takes approximately 15 or more days. Then you can also go for the express option. The express option costs 150 Ghana cedis, 150 Ghana cedis. But this person chose a standard application, and the express option is for a shorter time period. And so he finished completing the form on Saturday, 1st June 2019. And after completing the form, you'll be given options as to when you want to come for the appointment. That is, they'll take your picture and they'll validate your application form. So they'll give you several options, and you can choose from three different points to go for your passport application validation. So the Accra Park, this person chose the Accra Park. So this person chose the Accra Park. That's the Accra Passport Application Center. And so the Kimbu Road, Old Foreign Affairs. And he went for the afternoon time, 1:30 p.m. So you just make sure you don't miss the appointment time. You are there on time, 1:30. You are not late. If you are late, you might miss them. So make sure you report on time. So over there, he has to present his birth certificate, which is listed here. So what you have to present is listed on the completed form: your birth certificate, your proof of profession. So the proof of profession. So the proof of profession, you can present your certificate, your tertiary certificate from whichever institution you got it from as a proof of profession, or employment letter from your office too is also a proof of profession, and any national ID. So you can present your voter's ID or your national ID. So these are the three things you need to present. So the witness will sign here. Then the applicant to sign here. Then the form is complete. So as you can see, registered medical practitioner. Then applicant signature. The witness stamp. So just to give you a feel of how it's gonna be. See that there's a vetting officer, vetting officer one, vetting officer two. So basically, they'll have to vet your form for you. So they'll look through the documents you are presenting and they'll vet it. But you should note something that the applicant dress code should not be white because the background that is going to use for your pictures is going to be white. So if you wear white clothing, there will be no contrast between your clothing and the background. So it's good if you just stick to what they are saying and not wear white clothing. So basically, that's it. So all this side will be left for the officers, the official comment section. The officers will do that.